Hello everyone, Darren here, and welcome back to Frostpunk 2. And we're continuing right where we left off from the previous episode, having just completed the prologue securing the Wanderers' lives over at the Dreadnought. We've now moved over to New London, where the captain has just passed away, and the new steward of the city has several problems to deal with. The generator's off, the coal is running out, and the city is growing restless with new and emerging factions and ideas. It's up to us to tackle these issues and convince the city that we're right for the job. But before we start, I wanted to mention again that if you want to help support the video and the series and you enjoy it, please do consider liking the video and subscribing if you haven't already. Also, as the playthrough is in its infancy, I'm still taking the time to learn things, explain the mechanics back to you guys, but I'll also be speeding up once everything starts to fall into place. Of course, if you have ideas yourself of how the city should be run, make your case for it in the comments. So without further delay, let's begin. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so starting in a fresh area like this, it's good and I would say imperative to take stock of our situation. Things have changed, we're no longer at the Dreadnought, we're now at New London, but the generator's off and the captain's dead. So, let's see what's going on. It's the 9th of January, 1916. We're on day 2. A little bit of time just passed there once we loaded in. We have 8,000 population, 4,800 workforce available, 500 heat stamps, quite a lot of prefabs, 2,500. We're going to use that for building. I don't know if you can actually turn materials into prefabs, maybe later. But for now, I think we need to just find them. We're also running a deficit on heat, as obviously the generator's off, so people are feeling a little cold. It's notable. They're feeling it. Extremely increased by heat scarcity and shelter scarcity. We're lacking housing right now, overpopulated, lacking 82. Food, we're lacking also, but we've got a stockpile. It's going to last 47 weeks, so we're not going to go hungry for a little while, but we need to get that balanced and up and running for sure. Similar to materials, we have a nice healthy stockpile of 50k, but we're not consuming it yet, but once we start putting down some things, we will. And finally, we have goods. I have to do a little bit of reading about goods, because I don't think it was in our previous scenario, so if we press T on it, which is such a cool feature, it says goods are all items that will satisfy the needs and desires of the people living in the city. They can be as simple as furniture, cutlery, books and games, to more luxury items like watches, jewelry, cigars, and elaborate clothing. They're highly desirable items and provide comfort to citizens. Threw in a little word there. When goods are scarce, people will begin to fight over them, contributing to crime and decreasing the income of heat stamps. Goods can be produced out of materials in industrial districts. Remember, you need to switch industrial output to produce goods instead of... well, there you go. Answers my question for me. So you could make prefabs, but you can also make goods, one or the other. Prefabs are essential to building. Alright, I think we're pretty much ready to go. Of course, we're not dealing with scrap anymore, right? We have heat stamps. And we gain heat stamps from the current population. The bigger the population, the more heat stamps we get. The worse the crime, the less. Alright, I think we're pretty much caught up. So let's have a look at our surroundings. So what's in white? Although almost everything in this game is in white. But, you know, the clear white would be the available tiles we have to build. So we can go straight away on some of these food resources. Out here, we also then seem to have materials, prefabs, I guess. And then this is obviously where the game wants us to go. Towards the shallow coal seam. So it looks like we've got 8 deposits right there. Healthy amount. And then we have an old way station. So that's going to allow us to go explore beyond our own perimeter, I guess. There's another one out that way. So that's for the logistics districts that we'll get to a little bit later. Don't see any more coal anywhere. I am seeing this symbol. Little infinite symbol on the fertile soil. Maybe that can just be, I guess, maintained rather than just depleted somehow. Okay, alright, so that's pretty good. We now also have to contend with 3 factions that we have down the bottom. Actually, they're communities, not factions. There is a difference. We have the Frostlanders, making up 43% of our population. Adaptation is the only way to live in the Frost. So, they have an affiliated ethic. I'm not sure what they're actually called, but... yeah, does it say? Well, here we have tradition and reason. If I open the tutorial on it, the zeitgeists. Okay, the city direction. I feel like it's, yeah, it's kind of like your ethics in a way. Well, I don't know too much about it, but we have tradition and reason, merit and equality, and then finally progress and adaptation. And you can build all the bars simultaneously, I think. Well, we'll find out more as we go. So, adaptation. Fighting against the cold is futile. Will not give in to the hubris of machines. The frost makes steel brittle. We will adapt, even if it requires sacrifice. Not very simply, we can give them money to improve relations or take money to worsen those relations and even demand it to get a lot. but you need to have certain things in place. We do also have this, guard squads. We have a surplus of guards right now. I guess that's going to be based on the crime level or something else. So I know I'm taking a while, but this stuff is really important in establishing who we have in our city and what we're going to do with them. We have then the stalwarts. Now, I remember in the beta we could actually read about them. Not sure if we can do that here. Maybe it's only when you get to the factions, because these are just communities for now. So maybe the factions have the more in-depth thing. But we do still see that they're leaning more towards progress, but also merit and reason. So more the order faction, right? The authoritarian types. We then also have the New Londoners. Again, a community that'll probably move into one of the others, I would imagine. But progress is what they're working towards. We'll build machines to carve our place in ice. We'll improve ourselves with technology. We will rip resources from the frozen earth to sustain everyone. We'll bend nature to our will, and we'll thrive. I like them. Let's read a little bit about what these would be leaning towards. Progress, so same thing, but then also merit. New opportunities ripen. Fortune, as always, will favor the bold. Let the best of us soar and elevate everyone with them. And then reason. To move beyond survival, we must leave behind the old social order. Through logic and reason, we'll thrive. It's a new world. Demands a new society. Gotta be honest, I'm leaning toward, yeah, I like all that. Honestly, so maybe I'm a bit of an authoritarian myself. Alright, let's get building and frostbreaking more importantly. So our objectives in the top left. Frostbreak to coal. Turn on the generator, construct some new housing districts. If we go into this frostbreaking mode, we can see these dotted blue lines. There's a little buffed area within here. You get 20 heat from being sheltered from the wind. In here, same thing. But further out, I think it's different. Yeah, this is a stable crevasse, so it actually provides some shelter. Maybe it's just kind of natural formations that kind of ease the amount of houses and living space that you can get. So this is 20 heat, but this is 20 heat plus 10 shelter. We've got two of them over here, 10 shelter and 20 heat. This one, a little different, exposed to the wind, but it has this kind of mountain ridge edge, so I guess you get the shelter, but reduced heat. So, don't really know if we'd even want to build there at all, to be honest. So let's see, anything else? That looks like it. We do have another way station all the way out that way, potentially. Alright, let's just start carving out towards the coal, because I believe that's just what we gotta do. 200 workforce, 30 heat stamps. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would get us to there, and then we can go. And I think we could get another district with the entire thing just by frostbreaking again. But we also have to think of where the houses are going to go. But let's just try this for now. Alright, so confirm. Frostbreaking. Let's get building, housing district. I'm going to use this valley to our advantage. Ideally, although a little awkward because 1, 2, 3. We need 3, right, to get our heat bonus. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's 6 there. So obviously, yeah, 1, 2, 3, and then we can build up on the cliff. Maybe snake our way down a bit like that. All right, so that's one district there. We'll do another one because we're really short on housing. 82, and housing is only going to give us 20. So we need 4 of these, at least. But you can expand them as well, so that's important. Alright, let's do another one then. Ah, so our heat bonus is actually growing further out, which is obviously nice. Let's try 1, 2, 3. Although we could leave that maybe for the future, and then go with 3 there. Oh no, they count as separate buffs. I see. Sorry, yeah, got it. Alright, so if you want to get the buff, you need the 3 all of the same type. Interesting. But we're also getting the near housing buff. So that's another. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Alright, cool. So new housing district, near the housing district, plus 20. And where we've built, in the shelter, also plus 20. So that means that it's not going to cost us any heat with this district. Hopefully we haven't cut ourselves off from anything else too much, though. So there's 2 of them. So that district's going to be lovely and warm. Alright, do we need any more? Should we just let time play? We've got money. We could do other frostbreaking. We're going to obviously want to get to here, but we can't break off of a break. We'd have to go somewhere else. So maybe start working our way out this way, because we will eventually just have to go there anyway, right? Probably. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just see what happens. That see what happens attitude's not going to be very good on this difficulty, I think. Alright, let time play. Sorry for taking a while there at the beginning. It's important to get ourselves established and see what's going on. Enjoy some of the sights and sounds as the Frostbreakers are rolling out into the coal deposit. I'll try to swivel the camera a lot less. I should probably just focus on an area. I think generally we'll probably keep it at this sort of like perspective. Now I will be rotating around, but this will always be our like anchor point, yeah? So we'll try to... There's no north or south, I don't think. I'm sure there is, maybe when you do the full zoom out, but for now I think we'll just have to stick it like this. So now there's actually a new feature in the game as well. You can click a district and then click the little magnifying glass so we can zoom in on the generator and see like all the people kind of walking around doing different things. If they're rioting, fighting each other, that kind of thing, we'll see it now. So that's kind of cool. Some of the feedback they got in the beta was that there's a lack of personal connection. I think people are still going to be feeling that based on the first, compared to the first game. But I think that's an awesome feature to be able to actually get in there and see things. You can do that before with the council, so I guess they had the framework for it anyway, but now they've got an official way to do it. Alright, so it looks like we've expanded out here. Ready to go. So I would say just keep expanding. We'll get 2 districts because we'll probably need it for the amount of coal and the housing that we're building. The heat's only going to get worse. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just trying to think, should I go further or further back? Probably here. So I reckon we'll probably fill all this in and go out that way too. Although... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, getting a little patch here might not be such a bad idea. So let's do it. My god, the music. So, let's build our coal. Extraction district. So, so unlike the prologue, we actually need 6 tiles, not 3. I was kind of thinking that we'd need 3. Alright, so we are going further out then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3 coal deposits covered there. I don't think you get any more out, but it will just last longer before things need to change. Alright, 2 housing districts coming along nicely. We do have room for another one over here. Maybe we should just get starting that right now. So again, with the 1, 2, 3... 1, 2, 3 might be better there. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So up on the cliff, but down in the ridge, and that should give us the room to do that again. I just want to double check that because I don't want to screw myself. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we should be able to because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 here in total. If we get these 3 along the line, we can still get the others, I think. Get that little bit of a bonus shelter from the wind. Got to mention as well, we also have the tension bubble. So our tension is notable, mainly because of extreme cold, greatly increased by fear of running out of coal, and marginally increased by minor disease. How cool is this? Oh, look at that, we've got trains. Can we click into them? Oh, you can, that's so cool. Oh, cool, the automaton. That's awesome. I love the way in the beta it was like little news announcements about the automatons breaking down. Wow, there's actually quite a lot of them trailing all the way out here as I guess we build up our district and stuff. That's pretty cool. The city is losing heat fast. Will the steward manage? Says Annette Mitchell. Emma Mitchell, Frostlander. The captain's dead. The coal is gone. The generator's off. We're fucking doomed. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. In the short term. I got distracted. Can't even remember what I was saying. Oh, the tension bubble. We were going to have a quick look at what that means. So, it's located at the very middle of the bottom of the screen. Tension shows how agitated and anxious people in the city are. Tension rises if other problems like cold, hunger, disease, squalor, and crime are high. Factions may also increase tension. It depends on their fervor. The more they are radicalized, the more tension they cause. Besides, factions might engage in various disruptions, such as protests. Be careful. If your tension reaches the maximum limit, the city will fall into uncontrollable chaos. Tension level changes dynamically, so keep an eye on it. It reflects the overall situation in the city, so best to lower tension. The best way to do that is to decrease problems like cold, disease, or de-radicalize factions, lowering their fervor. We don't have any factions yet, just communities. And can we read about them yet? So there's communities there. The people of your city are called communities, groups united by a common outlook or background. Under each community is a list of actions. Now, factions is the one that's more interesting. Well, not more interesting, but the more radicalized versions. Ignited by passions and strong beliefs, we'll organize a group known as a faction. Until we get one, we'll just leave it. We'll read about them soon. Don't want to spend forever in tutorial screens. Right, shelter's up to 42, so that's progress. We're just waiting on this to be built. And that'll be our first coal extraction site, and then we'll get the next one done. So there we go. Coal is now online. We're making 120. We have a stockpile of 50,000. We need 90, so we'll still be stockpiling for a while if we just turn it on right now. Scraping the barrel. Good work, Stuart. We've secured a new coal deposit. It's part of the last vein in New London. There are still some deposits left, but they won't last for long. We'll need to improve our mining to use it efficiently, but the city's communities are voicing different ideas about how to do it. We need to decide whose ideas are worth pursuing. Must choose a solution. Alright, so we just got a little tooltip here about buildings. We've seen this before, but buildings can be placed into districts, and you need to expand the district in order to place it. However, some districts come with building slots already in there. A better way to phrase that is, most districts actually do, but housing needs to be expanded if we want to place a building in there. Alright, so the first thing, expand the housing district, build a research institute, research an idea for coal mines, and construct the newly researched building in the extraction district. Alright, let's take stock of all this then. So, here's our buildings. The Research Institute, 400 workforce, 100 heat stamps, 20 heat demand. Speed is increased. Now, it needs to be placed inside one of these districts, so we need to expand them first. We then have the Council Hall, which has to go in a certain location, but we don't need to technically do that yet. We could wait. Here's all of our available districts. Housing, food, extraction. So extraction goes on any type of resource except for the food one. Industrial, so converting things into prefabs or, as we saw, goods. And then logistics, connecting to the outside world. Got it. Okay, so let's think about expansion. In fact, just one thing I wanted to read quickly about it. Let me just search expand. There we go. How good is that? Expanding districts to increase their scale, both in terms of size and capabilities. Expanded districts are more efficient and provide additional building slots. Select the district to open its panel and click the expand button. Then select the tiles around it and expand it. If there aren't enough adjacent tiles, you can't do it. Be mindful that housing districts have no building slots. Yeah, that's what I was referring to. Okay, cool. Right, so we want to expand. Maybe the one that's already warm. Could we do that? We can go up on the hill a bit. 1, 2. Why could we go down there after the fact, but not at the beginning? I don't know. 1, 2. Sheltered from wind, but it's near an extraction district, which they don't like. That one's okay. We're already sheltered from the wind anyway, right? So we have that bonus. So it's fine. I suppose, sorry to take so long on this. Let's just go this way. Let's just expand, maybe like that. Alright, so we're just expanding out on the hill over here. Decided to group it together because you get a heat bonus by building near a district. So if you go in a line, it might be less efficient. Maybe. We can still kind of build in around it.
Appreciates all your adoring letters and will answer personally in due time.
Indeed. That's how I am with my YouTube comments. I appreciate them all, and I will answer them in due time. Speaking of, we should be doing other things all the time. We've got money, we should be always spending it. We've just expanded out to this area. We do have the extra shelter and housing up here, so I'm tempted to move straight into frostbreaking that for the inevitable increase in population we're going to need. Now, expanding the district's going to help, but why not get the ones that have already nice significant bonuses? Perfect. Let's get that. Want everyone to have a home. It's only right. Alright, we're on week 9. Time is flying. Joseph Dalton, did you hear? The steward ordered us to set up a new extraction district in the canyon. There's hope yet. David Evans, now pray a whiteout doesn't collapse it all like last time. Alright, the district has been expanded, so just very quickly we could check. I mean, it already had significant bonuses. It doesn't demand any heat, which is awesome, right? Has its empty building slot in there. 25 housing, so it got 5 extra by being expanded. Both of these don't have any heat demand. Wow. I did a good job, I think. Are they the only 2 we have? Yeah, oh yeah, and this one. What's this one got? This one does have some heat demand. So the reason this one lost its, because it would have had some heat demand, the reason it doesn't have any is because we're next to another district. So it kind of gave us the bonus after the fact. So yeah, obviously want to clump these guys together. So these ones could have the other 3 wrapping around it to get the protection. I probably didn't actually need that one until we really start to grow. But yeah, good. In that case, we could actually build it right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No heat demand on that at all. Optimal heat placing. Optimal housing, I think. Right, so we will go into... We're actually gaining coal right now. 10 a day. Not much, but we're meeting our heat demand. Gaining coal. Cold is diminishing. Should be fine. Disease is growing because of our extraction district. What we could do now, though, is put that research institute in there. Just want to count it up again. 400 workforce. Yep, got plenty of that. 100 heat stamps. We're good to go. Now, interestingly, we can actually zoom in on these districts too. I guess they all have their own little mini generators. It's like the old game with the, what were they called? Steam hubs. Everyone's chill, in a good way. No riots just yet. We could maybe have... We've got pretty high trust with these guys, or whatever it's called. Is it just called relations? Yeah, I guess so. Relations neutral. Just really quickly on that. Relations. Want to see the different... So, devoted, supporting, favorable, neutral, skeptical, opposing, and hostile. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4 would be neutral. I thought I counted more than 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe if it's on 1, it's just, that's it. No control or something.
Are you listening? Steward!
Yeah, I'm listening. What's it? What is it? The generator wakes. A child is born. People gather around the generator tower as it wakes with a thundering shudder and bestows heat on us yet again. This is the heart of the city. Our last line of defense against the cold. Our first hope for a future. Any future. Stewart, there's a couple who says their first child, a daughter, was born at the exact moment the generator sprang to life again. They called her Lily May. They ask that you bless her. You gave us hope back. Thanks to you, our child may yet have a future ahead of her. Nice, very well, Lily May. May your life be warm and winds spare your paths. Okay, alright. Bit extreme for my take, but okay. Love it. Alright, in fact, we can actually take a look at that generator. Maybe we can see little Lily May down there. It's very loud down there. Things are coming along nicely though. We're sorting out most problems. Food is still diminishing. Materials is pretty bad, but we've got a huge stockpile, so it's not a concern right now. And goods could be better. Research Institute constructed. We can now research new ideas. A small crowd gathers outside the new Research Institute arguing about how to exploit these last coal veins. The stalwarts and New Londoners want us to lean on machine-powered mining, but the Frostlanders would have us pursue a more frugal solution. They would never display such discord under their captain's rule. You have to choose who to entrust with developing their idea. Show me our options. I'll make my decisions now. Alright, the idea tree. We have ideas to move forward. Different communities may propose diverging answers to the same issue. They'll only pursue solutions that align with their worldview. Choosing a community to develop an idea will improve your relations with them. Coal mines. Oh my god. Resources, Frostland, City Society, and hubs. So much stuff. 50 heat stamps. So, we've got 3 different things here. The dust coal mine, the blasting coal mine, or the blasting coal mine again. But, we can, I guess, say that we're doing it based on which group. It's a shame you can't... I'm guessing you would still appease both groups, right? It is the same thing. There's no differences in anything here. But maybe you should go with the one... with... higher number or lower. I guess if you want to grow the stalwarts, maybe we could go with them. They could feel like they're the ones that did it. I don't know if that's how it works, but that's my gut reaction. But maybe they're both equally happy if we just build it. Anyways, let's have a look. Dust. Residual coal dust is sucked up and compressed into briquettes to make maximum use of it. 400 workforce, 150 coal output. Wow, there's a tooltip on each one of these? Oh, it just tells you what disease is about. Okay, cool, yeah, and stuff like that. That's nice. So, basically the option would be this. 100 extra workforce, 30 less coal, disease, but far less materials. This one, less workforce, more coal. Squalor is increased instead of disease, which... Squalor increases disease. Okay. And disease increases the number of people in your city unable to work. Well, it's kind of, one of the same, isn't it, in some way? Just probably a little less overall, if it's, one into the other. This costs a lot more materials because you'd be using the machines. I don't think... But you do get more out of it. Straight away, it's like a tough choice for me. No one else shares this idea. Stalwarts agree with this idea. Alright, we'll appease the two groups. This seems fine to me. I mean, you get more coal out, you use less people, but you just have other problems you gotta deal with. Provided we can provide the materials, the blasting coal mines might be the way to go. Explosive drilling to rapidly exploit the coal deposits. We'll go with the stalwarts. Now, that takes time to research. So, not until then can we actually build it, and I think until you build it, they don't actually get happy. Now, we're losing coal a little bit. We've got 58 days worth in stockpile, basically. 6 people have been registered as sick. Now, what we could do is simply just expand this district, or crack open a brand new one. I'm not sure how much extra coal we get from expanding, but it is more. Although we'd have to frost break. Workforce is really high, so I guess just make another district, right? It does consume heat and more materials. 50. Again, that's a lot of materials that we're demanding. I'll tell you what, we'll go with the expansion. I'll have to frost break it first. Let's do that, so we can build another prefab district thing up there. Yeah, sure, okay. Alright, so frost breaking there, we're going to expand the coal district just to keep up with the coal demand for now. And to lessen the burden on materials. Then we can get some prefabs there, and that way our materials can just be used to make goods later on, I think. So, materials. To get more materials, we'll have to go out that direction or out this direction. We can start building that right now as well. Extraction district. Want to make sure we leave enough tiles in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, cool. Alright, extraction district, good. This is awesome. I love it. So far, anyway. So in the little bit I played back in April, this was pretty much as far as I'd gotten. Got a little bit further. Was it this scenario? No, I'm thinking of the Utopia city builder thing. Because obviously we did build the logistics balloons or whatever, where you go out and look for things. What is that? Oh, shallow iron vein. Nice. 2 million. Wow. Is cold still diminishing? Yes, but disease... Oh, disease is diminishing too. Significantly increased by cold. Our population... Or, sorry, our temperature is at negative 20 degrees. Still need to get more food as well. Food is probably something I'm neglecting. So let's get a food district up and running. Alright, cool. Research is at 27% and construct the newly researched building in the extraction district. Haven't gotten there just yet. 14 heat stamps, 1100 prefabs, a lot of workforce. Again, I guess if we shake these guys down, which I'm gonna do, give me some money. What else can we do? Promote them in the council, fund their projects, or mobilize enforcers. Ah, there are different things. Yeah, okay. Relations significantly worsen, and we get 79. It's not that much, but it allows us to build another district now. 7 of the faction members leave. So be it. We just got something about population growth. Let me have a read of that. When population reaches a certain threshold, a census will take place, noting an increase in your overall population, including workforce in the city. I see. It's a nice way of wording that. So, yeah, you don't actually see the population going up bit by bit, but it just goes up in chunks. A favorable situation in your city without any significant problems like high cold or disease increases population growth. However, the issues in your city are overwhelming, or when they are, it becomes stagnant. You can resolve that by improving conditions in your city, or researching new methods to fight the most pressing problems in the idea tree. Some laws also directly increase population growth. Clara Buckley, stalwart, more funds? Suppose. Pay up. Sometimes you just have to pay up to get the job done. Now, we're building a material district. I should have probably looked at what we're getting out of it. Extraction district, 150. So that'll be way more than we need. Way more. But it might even out when we start putting in the dust mine, or the blasting mines, or whatever. Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. I didn't think it would be that so much. Now, we're losing. Why am I struggling to see exactly how much we're losing? In demand. Oh, sorry, 106 is in demand. I'm such an idiot. Right, okay, cool. So 106 is in demand, and we make 70. This is going to make us 50, so we need another one of these. Because expanding it's not going to do the job. Okay, so that's what we did with our money. We have a little bit of money left to build another district. Again, prefabs might be good to start working on that. Because you need it for building. Oh, you can get the heat bonus even if it's not an extraction district. Well, hang on. I did say first off that we're going to expand this. The area's been frostbroken, so let's do that first. 1, 2, 3. Now, just really quickly, are we getting a heat bonus here? No. Could we? I don't know. Yes, it looks like we could. 1, 2, 3. It looks like we already do. So that's 20. Base demand -20 from having an extraction district. Just a bit confused about that. I would have thought, based on where we are, we already have it. 1, 2, 3. And I don't see it in the UI here. But if I was building a brand new coal district, we would see 1, 2, near an extraction district. 1, 2, 3. I'm not allowed to click there. Oh, it has to be on a coal deposit, I see. It's more complicated than I thought. Alright, let's...
Please give the right of way to frost-breaking teams in transit.
So if I was doing this 1, 2, 3, that is because I'm near an extraction district. Okay, got you. Alright, sorry that I'm slower than everyone else probably watching this. I'm gonna do a little more frost breaking then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, sure. That'll be a bit of a waste of heat stamps, but this way I can expand this and then still get the bonus from this one when we build that extraction district. So it's 3 tiles. That'll be 1, 2, and 3. We can stick it along there. 1, 2, and 3. And this can go... Yeah, I can't build either, just until that's frostbroken. Alright, just making sure. Right, how are we doing now? Let's take a little recap. Let's left time plate. 8,000 population, so it's at 16% right now. 994 workforce, 6 people absent, that's okay. 50 heat stamps, 900 prefabs. A food district being built there and there, so hopefully food will start evening out. Material surplus. Don't really want to be building up a surplus, it's totally fine. We obviously could. Oh, actually, okay, for now it is okay. I was going to lower the workforce, we don't need to do that. It would lower the heat demand and other things too. It's so weird the way these districts take certain things. So we actually get a plus 100, right? Because it's 150 materials minus the 50 from here. No, it's not, because it does say total... Well, is it? It's total output, but it's not total output, really. That's your desired output. That's your total demand. The total output after that would be 100, right? Doesn't seem to be factoring that in. Okay, cool. Just making sure. Just got to learn how those are represented. We're now at plus 25 materials. And we're probably going to go into a deficit again once this is built. Because that demands another 25. Oh, we're evened. Yeah, sorry, evened out. Nice. Food, though, is now at -6. Okay, that's much better. Stockpiles last 487 weeks at that rate, so we don't have to really worry about food. Slightly overconsumed, but not too bad. Abe Byron, 55, a drill sergeant, admiring the generator. It's good to have you back, old champ. It was a terrible fright to have you switched off. You're more than just a heat source to us, you know. To us, you're a symbol of what should be. Unbending, unyielding fortitude. May we all stand so bold against the frost. It's revered and respected by the stalwarts. 66% on the technology. Excuse me. Alright, let's expand. 1, 2, 3. Bonk. Now, that means we can start building this district once we get the heat stamps. We're just a little low. How much are we gaining right now? 9 per week. Let's do a little shakedown. 207. Oh yeah, because they're a much bigger group. Yeah, give me that. We'll pay it all back in due time. Oh, damn. I messed this up. 1, 2. We can only get a 2 bonus, but we need 3. Can I stop that expansion? Oh, no. Damn it. It's not that big of a deal, but it is. I could do a frost break there. But that's kind of getting a bit pointless then at that point, isn't it? Oh, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's not, though. You know, you're paying a little bit of money for the frost breaking, maybe in a bad area, but you are saving on heat, and heat is kind of everything. You're saving on fuel. I think it's still worth it. It's a mistake. Make no mistake. I have made a mistake with that. I could have expanded one there, and like another one over here, or started over there or something, but I didn't, so that was dumb. It's my bad. Lesson learned, though, huh? That's why I'm trying to be careful with these things. Still messing it up. Alright. Do that then. I don't know who's going to live on that cliff, but someone probably. Alright, frost breaking along the cliff edge. Once that's done, then we can finally build the prefab district, so we're just getting prefab straight up. At least we've got good heat stamps now. We can expand further if we really wanted to, or just hold on to it for a while, maybe pay it back when we earn more, or use it to build our various districts. We can get more shelter and stuff in there once the population ticks up. I suppose we'll probably need that. We can also just expand the current districts that we have. There's also that. We'll speed up time now a bit. Alright, the expanded coal district is primed and ready to go. As soon as we get that built, we can now put in that blast furnace. Blasting coal mine, that's what it's called. Alright, now we can finally get that bonus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just like that. So a normal extraction district would cost us 20 heat, so this one won't have any heat demand. And I don't know if this is true, but this might lose its heat demand by being next to another district too. We'll see. That'll be interesting. Because then it really is all about building in those clumps. There's no hide UI button, I don't think, yet. I really want one. I'm probably like the only person who cares about that stuff, but I just think it'd be so cool to just remove some of the UI. Enjoy the look and feel of everything happening in there. Ooh, I know what we'll need the heat stamps for. It's the council. 200 workforce, 80 heat stamps. Let's start building it now. Constructed a newly researched building. Yeah. So we've just gotten our research done. Research extraction. What do we do to build it? Oh yeah, it is in there. Blasting coal mine. Alright, district employment. So, district employment can be manually controlled in any district panel by selecting a percentage value scale of all operations in a district. The adjustment will reduce the required workforce, yeah. So we just want to do that if we ever go over by a lot. We're over by such a small amount here, there's nothing really to change. Some would say we're perfectly balanced. Now, I should have checked what that building even does. I just threw it down. It's going to... Oh my god, 180 coal on the blast coal mine? That's really good. Don't have to worry about, and can we expand this district any further? No. So we will just end up building another one over there in the future to get the rest of the coal. There is a total of, if we could see, 48, so 50, 100, 200, 250,000 coal. Council gathers for the first time, a place to settle differences. With the new mine, the impending doom of depleting coal is postponed. Yet differences between communities remain. The weakening captain wanted to establish a council to settle them. He didn't live to see it through. It falls to you, steward. The people in New London want a say in how it's run. The first decision, whether you should continue to lead the city. Well, we've just gotten that built. Build a council hall. Wow, the music's so triumphant. Passed the vote of confidence. The steward reactivated the generator and got us housing. That gets my vote. Love to hear it, man. Now, how's coal? We're gaining 140. So what we could do with this place is we'll build up a little stockpile maybe, right? But then when we need the workforce back, we'll downclock it a little bit and lower the requirements. We did save all the heat from it, by the way. So that's awesome. So it was worth it, I think, the frost breaking. To, you know, account for the mistake. But look at that. Zero heat demand here. Zero heat demand here. At least for now. I think there's overlays for all this, isn't there? Oh, wrong ones. Heat, number 4. There we go. So now we can just see what's... I'll just flip the camera back around. So now we can just see what districts are taking the heat. The Central District, 70. A little bit of the housing up there at 20. That's because of the Research Institute that we popped in there. The food districts are taking a bit of heat now. And then one of our further out... extraction districts. Now we can have a look at other things. Materials. Food consumption. These are nice overlays. They used to all be one. I think it's much better that they decoupled it. Broke them into their own things. And then all the workforce requirements. That's awesome. Yeah, it's really good. Proximity effects. So, I guess these are showing because we have that. Yeah, nice. Sheltered wind, nearby housing. Sheltered wind, nearby housing. These don't have any, so yeah, cool. Nice. I think that was relatively efficient. Alright, let's check it out. The first council session. Anticipation fills the air as the council opens. The captain ruled with a firm hand for years, but those times died with him. Now the communities of the city want their say. The stalwarts maintained order on behalf of the captain and adhered to what they claimed was his vision for New London: progress, merit, and reason. The New Londoners and Frostlanders clash over our survival strategy, though neither has a firm stance on economic or social issues. Then there are those who view the stalwarts with contempt for their role in New London's history, but they keep to the shadows for now. Interesting. Open the session. It's based on our handling of the coal crisis, which I think we handled excellently. Building districts that don't even consume heat at all. They provide their own heat. They don't need any source of extra fuel. Peak efficiency for coal. When you return to the council in the future, you'll be able to propose new laws to vote upon. But for now, a special vote needs to happen. The communities of New London have to accept you as their leader. Be careful if you fail. This will be the end of your rule. Could this fail? Hold left alt for the resource drawer. Oh, yes. That was so annoying that it wasn't there before. That's great, because now you can actually see that stuff. Oh, now here's how we can learn about our various communities. Now, we used to have a screen that would let you... Oh, you could just move this now. Okay, never mind. Don't even need to. There was a screen, you click a person, double-click them, and it would zoom all the way in. On the individual, but now it seems to be just like this. This is actually probably better, because it's zoomed in, and they don't have that much detail, so going in even further, I think this is probably a better perspective because you can see who's sitting next to people. Not that that matters. Anyway, sorry. Right. What was that? Attempted an entire... So this person, Hazel Sadler, a cook, a Frostlander, attempted an entire expedition without sleep, had to be carried back, developing a stress rash, and she's proud of herself. Okay, good to know. So that's all of the ones that are lighting up here. They're all the Frostlanders. Can I zoom out further? Nope. Just getting a hand on the controls. New Londoners and Stalwarts. So those are New Londoners. Stalwarts actually have a minority share of the council. This guy's chill. She's leaning on the bench. Barbara Dude. Or Dodd. First love was obsessed with vigilante justice. Packs her boots with straw to look taller. Might have to give that a shot. Love sturdy legs. And a solid frame, okay. So the stalwarts. Disciples of the captain who introduced order as a core tenet of New London, strict, controlling, and devoted to the captain's memory. So here's our vote. The vote of confidence. Can we look at who these people are? Yeah, you can. Rufus Ratcliffe. If I hover over them... Oh yeah, there's a few people missing at their desks, actually, so that's kind of interesting, so they are there. Okay, cool. Anyway, sorry. I love all the details. Hopefully people don't mind me just spending a little time on that. Should the steward remain in power? If this vote fails, the delegates will immediately remove you from office. 20 people are for it, 20 people are against it, 60 people are divided. I am tolerated. Oh yeah, that's true. I did kind of shake people down. Shall we negotiate just to guarantee it? Is that silly this early? It's not gonna, like, kick me out right now, would it? I'm afraid, though. It is Frostpunk. They do these things. I wouldn't mind trying to grease a few wheels. New Londoners. Open to negotiation. They're all open to negotiation. Mostly hesitant, hesitant, and mostly hesitant. Well, these are the most, so let's get... There's 45 of them. There's 43 of these. Let's talk to the New Londoners. I would like you to vote for it, obviously. They'll vote for passing the law. And I can make a promise. Their terms. Machine-centric shifts to put less pressure on our workers. Workplaces must keep machines powered around the clock and adjust working hours accordingly. Workforce requirements decreased, but squalor is marginally increased. Research a building, the Automated Logistics Bay, where machines manufacture expedition equipment on demand to minimize personnel and storage needs. That sounds alright to me, but that's obviously for going out into the Frostland. You get higher team output. Sure, let's just promise that we'll do this. We'll research that and figure that out for you, okay? Because I don't really know the back and forth. I'll have to, in between episodes, look at the law screen, and you can see all the different ways things can go. I can really try to make some long-term decisions then. Alright, so we've agreed to their terms, some backhand deals, making some votes, or some promises. So we've now got 50 people on our side. We could do a vote, even if we just need one person really now, right? I guess. And there's 33 hesitant, so surely one of them will go our way. There we go. We got it. We're in.
The delegates
68.
have spoken. The law takes effect.
So, you know, 32 people just made an enemy. Fuel for the future. A lack of common rules among our people can lead to trouble. But as the council debates the future of the city, all are concerned about the day our last coal deposits run out. We must explore the Frostland for more sources of fuel, or else the city will have no future at all. Yeah, we are on a clock. 178 weeks at the current rate, which is only going to get worse as population grows and more districts consume fuel. At least we have a stockpile building for now. But I think we're going to have to leave it there. Our first vote has been passed. That's the council. Let's have a look. We kind of had a look at all the base mechanics, I think, now. All the resources we're dealing with. But now it's going to be on to exploring the Frostland, going beyond our borders, establishing outposts, factions, things like that. So, okay, interesting. These are a community, but these have now become a faction if they weren't already.
Stupid.
Maybe they already were and I just didn't notice. But yeah, that's our first faction proper. And this tells us about them now. Okay, I didn't see the little magnifying glass. And that's interesting. We can see what they want to pass. Childhood laws, mandatory schooling, infectious badge for contagion prevention. Oh, that one's so dark. In some ways, it's not too far from reality, which I guess is why it hits close to home. How do we even look at that? The law screen? This is the idea tree. Alright, I got it. It's just here. When you open the council page, it's just there in very small text on the bottom to explore the laws, and you can kind of look at different things. I don't think there's a hotkey for this. There's a hotkey for the council. It's C. And there's a hotkey for, like, tech tree and stuff, but nothing for laws. Now, what confused me was I clicked this. We brought up, like, one of the factions or communities, and then the law button thing goes away. And I was like, well, how do I get back to it? Pressing this just closes it. So, I just got a little confused. But what you can do is click it, and then just click it again. Fairly obvious now, but yeah. Alright, exploring laws. So we just looked at the one that was for welfare contagion prevention. So obviously none of these have specific rules yet. They're all open to debate and being voted upon in future. But one of these might be one of the first things we even think about. An infectious badge is what we looked at, right? Contagious people will be required to wear a specific badge that allows others to limit their interactions with them if they deem it appropriate. Super dark. Something in here in Rule. Oh, love the black screen. There's actually an alternate dark mode version in the game that you can turn on, but they say it's experimental and that certain things won't look right. So I just kept it the way it's supposed to be, I guess, for now. Right, so yeah, in between episodes, we're going to look through all these, see which ones we should do, and maybe throw a few proposals out at the end of the next episode if you want to maybe, you know, cast a vote your own way and make a case for something. But that's going to have to be it for now. Thank you very much for watching. I'm loving this game. I'm obviously just very partial to it and its setting and its themes more than anything. Look forward to seeing how the gameplay really shakes out at scale once we play for a while. Oh, and before I go, please do consider subscribing if you haven't already, and if you're inclined to do so. You know, I think something like 60% of the viewers on the second Anno video on this channel like aren't subscribed, so clearly like a lot of people are here for that, and I hope here for Frostpunk and stuff like that as well in future. So just hit subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help because the channel's quite small and new and fresh. It would build a lot of momentum. Same with liking the video if you do enjoy it. Not trying to twist your arm, but please do consider it. Alright, that's going to be it for me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.